Hey everyone, it's Adam Macklin from Kia of Newmarket. Just actually here talking about the brand new Kia Forte Koup. I happen to have the SX model here. There's two models that you can get, an EX and an SX. In this case I've got the fully loaded top spec model. Looks pretty good from first glance. In this case, I'll start off just by showing off the front end a bit. You can see that they've really changed the dynamics of it from the older models. First year of this design doesn't look anything like the Kia Spectra at all. First thing we have here, of course, is the wraparound grille that Peter Schreier was going for. Basically what he was looking for was something called a tiger tooth grille. So if we look at this grille up front, you can see that it pinches in right around where the logo is. And it kind of follows those lines all the way around the front end. In the SX model, you actually get all of the details of the grille and also down here in the front air dam, all painted what's called piano black or a polished black color. And those are all finished off really nicely all the way around. You notice there's actually a fair bit of ground clearance here. And what they were trying to do there, still give it a low profile look, but make sure you're not going to run into any curbs because you don't want to scratch any of this beautiful stuff up front. Following the lines around the car, the SX model gets the fog lights added in there. So just another nice detail. It finishes off this really aggressive front end. We've got bulges here that sort of make it sort of look like a really mean looking car. And as a stock vehicle, that's something that you don't get a lot these days. Coming around the side here, the SX model comes equipped with standard 17-inch tires. You can see that there are two color style. That's a sort of a silver color and a black. And that's the way that they come stock on the SX package. You can also get available 16-inch tires on the EX package, which also look pretty good. But I think this looks really nice, especially with the titanium silver that we have selected today. Other things that you've got on this model that actually comes standard, believe it or not, you get indicators in the side mirrors, and I'll just break this mirror here to show you. Now I didn't actually break it there, those are supposed to happen that way, just in case you get into tight situations or you need to park in any garages. So overall you can see the lines look fairly dynamic. I think from first view it's a great looking car. Things that you get along the back here include stuff like a dual exhaust, and I understand that this has actually been acoustically tuned, so it sounds a little bit more aggressive than what the regular four-door will, and we'll hear that when we're driving it a little bit later on. We've also got a rear diffuser across the back, and for those of you who don't know what a rear diffuser is, basically it's just something that channels air underneath the bottom of the car, giving it a little bit of better airflow overall. Just one of the details that was thrown in the design of this car. The other thing that they actually did, you can actually see where they've put little indentations. In the design of this car, they were actually talking about how they put it into a wind tunnel, and they were watching where air flowed down the back of this car, and they've actually pinched in details right on the trunk. And I don't know whether you guys can see that from there, but it really is something that you wouldn't see in a lot of other cars in this class. A lot of big attention to detail. It has the wraparound lights that go all the way around the sides. Again, giving indicators both on the back side and on the corners so people can see what's going on from behind you. There really isn't a bad angle on this car. Kind of fall in love with it right away. So coming around to the side of the car, one little detail I did like to point out on these cars is the fact that it's pillarless. So there's actually no side window on there whatsoever. Nice little detail again, something that they put into the Forte Koup. You of course get the sidewall in the regular one. There is red stitching kept all the way around the insides of this car here. Just a great looking interior, and the fact that those are leather seats certainly doesn't hurt either. Inside the Forte, just a list, a mile long of features that you get on this car. In the SX especially, they've done a lot of nice things. Things that you get standard on this vehicle, if I just get myself set up properly, it's actually a tilt and telescopic steering wheel, so you can actually set everything up. You'll actually notice that you'll never have to take your hands off of the steering wheel because you've got your audio controls for your stereo on here and your cruise control on the opposite side. And if I ever need to dial up anybody, I've actually got the voice activation right there and the Bluetooth systems right there as well. All standard on this guy. Fog lights, of course, like we talked about on the outside, are activated right by the light switch. And going across to the other side, you've got, of course, got your wiper blades up in front, all the usual things. Power windows and power door locks definitely are standard on this car. Air conditioning, you're going to get AC in this car as well. They're not going to cop out on that. One thing that they've added actually in this one, you've got automatic climate control up in the front section here. So you can actually set your temperature. It'll also tell you your outside temperature. So it automatically will adjust everything for you. Auto button right there, and then the adjustable knob right in the center there. Really nice looking stack. You've actually got piano black again, matching the exterior to the car to the interior of the car really well, and it's all stacked up on here. Other things I'd like to point out, the fact that this one has heated seats. That even comes in the cloth edition. So up here, other things that I like to point out besides the automatic climate control would be the fact that you get Sirius satellite radio in the SX package. That's one of the upgrades you get when you get that. And realistically, it actually sounds a little bit better than your standard stereo system, because they've not only got your regular speakers on the doors, but they've added tweeters up on the top section here, regular speakers down below, and you get 2 speakers in the back. So it's a 6-speaker sound system in total, and it certainly does find stock. Okay, so let's see what's under the bonnet. In the 2 models, you either get a 2-liter engine, or in this model, the SX, a 2.4-liter engine. The 2.4-liter engine, what they designed out of this one was basically just to give you a nice amount of power, nothing too outrageous, something that's going to last you for a long time. The 2.4-liter engine is a 16-valve engine. A lot of things that Kia concentrated on was giving everybody a lot of space underneath here. So you had a lot of room to move around, get in here. There's quite a bit of room back behind the block. You've also got the intake up on top here. It follows right around. Things like the engine oil dipstick right here, replacing the engine oils right up on top. And even though you can't see it from here, I can actually see the oil filter right down below here without even moving. So real easy to get to, even if you were to just park it right up for those guys that like to do their own oil changes. And this takes regular oil, regular fuel. So pretty good looking underneath here. They've cleaned everything up really well, and everything's built in fairly securely, easily marked. Inside the Forte Koup, sort of the best part of this whole thing, driving the vehicle. We've got a 6-speed manual transmission or a 5-speed automatic, and the one that I'm talking about today is actually the 6-speed manual, which is just a really fun vehicle to drive. It's paired with that 2.4-liter engine just perfectly. Really nice power range in the RPMs, and it just sounds terrific when you're accelerating. Anyways, that is actually, and it's really nice, they give you an option in here, and actually it's standard on all the models. It's called electronic stability control. And what that does is basically in its advanced traction control system that will prevent wheel slipping if you basically are in slippery conditions. It also will guide the wheels around corners a little bit better, giving you a little bit more stability, hence electronic stability control.